this next speaker that I'm going to be bringing up on the stage is going to tell you how to turn your business into a sexy brand and then make it into a profit-making machine. Are you guys ready? Please help me welcome Rhonda Swan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah! Who's ready to get sexy? Yeah, this music wasn't loud enough for me. Normally I kick it up a bit. So just because they got off a break and I just get a big jam, like 4 seconds of some kind of a jam music. Can we do that? Yeah? Yeah, because we know that if we get music inside of us, our brain listens more because we've been sitting for so long. If we get some music moving, we get in our brain, you actually listen better. Let's go up, 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 up. Right? Let's do this. Yeah, come on, let's just jump it, jump it. Jump it. Move it. Unstoppable today. Yeah. Unstoppable today. Yeah, come on, let's go. I'm gonna give you everything I've got. Will you give me everything you've got? Will you? We don't have a deal. I'm going to give you everything I've got. Are you going to give me everything you've got? Okay. Now we can begin. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know, that's my jam. All right, welcome. Thank you guys really so much for the welcome. My name is Rhonda Swan. I'm also known as the Unstoppable Mama of the Unstoppable family. I am the CEO of the Unstoppable Branding Agency and the Sexy Brand Building Programs, where we create sexy brands and then turn them into profit-making machines. Who's into that? Excellent. Okay, great. Now, would you mind, before we get started, because I know I've met some of you, but I haven't really met all of you. Are you open to learn and hear a little bit about my story before we get started? Learning about some brands? Okay, great, because I'm very much like you, and I'm going to share a bit more details of how I got started in our business 13 years ago and where we are today. But before I go, I'm going to share with you a really quick video because I want to set the stage. See, because I build brands, film tells the story, doesn't it? Film tells a story. So without me having to go too deeply into it, I want you to feel it. Because then, now, we're on a level, right? So my information's going to go in a lot deeper. So let's put the computers down, the phones go down, because damn it, I got some shit to teach you. Okay?
A lot can happen in 5 years. But it wasn't always like this.
I made a vow to never put my child through daycare. I know there's got to be a way.
If you want something bad enough, you have to go after it. Ryan?
I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Hanalei.
And we're the Unstoppable family.
You just can't stop it! Dun, 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 dun.
Dad is even funnier than you.
He's a pretty funny cat. Dog. Cat dog.
Who would expect a girl that grew up in Michigan
and a guy that grew up in Illinois would meet surfing in San Diego and then be together ever since. Welcome to Puerto de la Cruz from the Canary Islands.
Machu Picchu on 4th of July.
Cusco, Peru.
Rio de Janeiro.
Morocco! And I got my Moroccan beard. Driving through Utah.
Florida. Lake Tahoe.
Here we are in the wilderness. This is literally our front yard. Not too shabby of a view.
Looks like where I'm gonna call my home break, at least till the end of the year.
Adios, amigos!
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Hanalei.
I love you.
Reflections of 39 years on this beautiful planet. Yes, it's my birthday.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy New Year!
I haven't skied since I've been 12.
When you know you have an expiration date on your life, you know, what kind of decisions are you gonna make?
With Swan with his new haircut, he doesn't look like a dirty hippie anymore.
And don't forget what independence means. It means freedom. Go out and do something wild and crazy. So from the Ensample family,
It's good. Life is good. Go out, be unstoppable, learn Spanish, get a map, and remember your board shorts. From rock bottom financially and emotionally.
To traveling the world and giving our daughter education of a lifetime.
Still, I feel that our journey has just begun. Wait till you see what's next.
Thank you. So that film really depicts a lot that's gone on with us. It was really short, about 196 seconds. Let me share with you a little bit more deeply about how we got to this place. Because many people look and say, wow, this family, how fortunate. This little girl, wow, look at all the opportunity. How lucky. Look what's happened to them. Wow, we could never do this. I could never live like that. They must have a ton of money. They must have everything laid out in a red carpet for them. Be honest, you kind of thinking that in the back of your head? Some people do. But we all know there's a story behind everyone's success, don't we? Let me share that with you. I was a corporate executive. And 13 years ago, I had been being groomed to run the Western Division in California of a pharmaceutical company. Brian, a robotics engineer. We did meet surfing in the water. That's true. And we came together 20 years ago. Our anniversary is November 28th, honey? 26th? Day after Thanksgiving. I know I always screw up. Day after Thanksgiving, it's easy. This is 28th, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. And it'll be 10 years that we've been traveling the world. 10 years. Yeah. So here I am. I'm groomed to run this corporate division. I am corporate through and through. I have my master's degree. I played for the women's U.S. softball team all the way from 6 years old all the way until we got entered into the Olympics. I was part of the national team. I got too old by the time we went to Atlanta, but I got to experience that growth of being able to have a team go into the Olympics. And I was corporate, man. I got a job. I left Michigan, went to California. But my life changed one day. Brian and I had just bought a 5-bedroom house because we wanted to have a family, right? So we're setting ourselves up for this perfect life. And one morning, I get up, travel about an hour to work, get into my meeting, and I get in the back. I'm about 10, 15 minutes early. And my boss, Jane, let me share with you paint a picture of Jane. Jane has the perfect bobbed hair. It's blonde. It's perfectly dyed every month on a Wednesday. She wears a Gucci bag that matches her shoes, and she perfectly walks into a room with poise. And the pucker on her lips has actually created a bit of a crease that, don't worry, she gets Restylane in it so you can't tell. Do you know that, Jane? Right? I wanted to be Jane, I thought. That's what I thought I wanted to be. So Jane's getting ready to start the meeting. Of course, I'm early and I'm in the front. And I'm watching Jane and I'm ready, Jane. My pen is ready. And a woman walks into the room. She's about 10 minutes late. Now, if you know Jane, that's not acceptable, right? So this woman walks in and she scampers around the edge of the room. And she tries to sit in, scuffling, kind of like you're doing because you're late. And she sits down, and Jane goes, "You're late. You're late." And she sits down and says, "Jane, I'm sorry. I just dropped my little baby, who's 8 weeks old, at daycare today. It was my first day. It was really difficult. I'm sorry. If you want this job, you'll never let it happen again. The very reason that you have this baby and you can put her into daycare is what this job is providing. If you want this job, you're going to be on time." The woman sat there and trembled. I equally sat there and went, "Is that who you want to be?" But more importantly, I wasn't talking about Jane. Is that who I want to be? Do I want to be this woman that has to put a baby in daycare and deal with a Jane like me? And at that very moment, I made a decision. I was going to change my life. I left that meeting totally different. Drove home and told Brian, "Hi, honey, can we talk?" Right? He's like, "Oh, shit, right? Here we go. Like, what's going on?" And we sit down and have a dinner, and I said, "You know, I just want you to know something. I am not going to work anymore. I'm going to quit my job so that I can raise a family." I said, "I want to never put a baby in daycare." He goes, "Right. We just bought a 5-bedroom house here in the Hill in San Diego. If I'm my boss's boss's boss, I won't have enough money to pay for the mortgage." I go, "Yeah, just get another job, get a better job." He's like, "Yeah." At that time, because we were both corporate, doing quite well, making multiple 6 figures, we were living the American dream, right? Extending everything that we had just to live up to the Joneses. Was I hate these Joneses. We're all attempting to live up to them. And that's who we were. Anyone relate at this point? Are we relating yet? We're not relating? Am I boring you guys? If I'm boring you, okay, cool. Let me know, because I can mix it up a bit. Right? He's like, "You're crazy. What are you talking about? I need your job." He said, "Don't worry. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way to make it happen." Now, this was 13 years ago. This is before what is our biggest platforms right now that we utilize for our businesses. Social media. Internet was around. In fact, Brian went to the school of the guy, I think, that created the first platform. But social wasn't around. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, nada, right? And I'm going to build an online business. So I just went looking for the right business models. I compared brick and mortar, I compared franchises, and all of a sudden this really crazy, I didn't still know what it was, company, I go on this call and I call in and they just give me this pitch and this chick gets me on a 3-way call and I'm like, just get to the point. Like, I'm still Jane at this moment, just get to the point. And she sells me this personal development product, and did you know if you buy this $1,500 product, you can make $1,000 if you sell it to someone else? I'm like, are you serious? You suck. Really? Like, she sucked and I bought it. So I'm like, wow, if I could do that, is this for real? Right? So I did it. I bought this product, and of course then I leveled up, paid $8,000, $15,000, went to a couple events. You guys know the gig. And right, the first event, I tell Brian, we're going to Cancun. He's like, yeah, spring break. I'm like, no, it's a business deal. And he's like, oh, what did you pay for this? I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Well, at that time, yeah, I spent $24,700, and I hadn't met these people yet. And I'm taking him to an event, and he's like, how much was it? Was it over 25K? No. Was it over 10K? A little bit. He's like, but this is, again, we were living above our means, right? So I called 3 credit cards, and I said, shit, I want this so bad, I'm gonna call 3 credit cards, extended my credit, invested in a business. And didn't tell Brian how much it was. So we go to this event, long story short, I call 3,000 leads in the first 3 months. How many of you guys called 3,000 leads in your first 3 months? Anyone? You guys use the internet now, don't you? A little different back then. 3,000 leads. How much money did I make? 0! Not a freaking dime. So I quit my freaking job, right? I didn't make any money, I quit my job. Why? Because I needed to focus, right? We learned that was actually a good move for me, right? We learned that from DeMartini. So I wanted to focus. Well, Brian was literally losing his shit, right? Because I quit my job. We are extended to the tilt, and we live in a huge 5-bedroom house. Guess what? You want to know motivation, right? Motivation. So when someone else is giving you garbage and they're not supporting you, Brian did not support me. He's like, you have a master's degree. What's wrong with you? You're calling people. Hi, this is Rhonda. You want to talk about it? You were looking for a business opportunity and personal development? Yeah, I want to talk to you. He goes, what are you doing? You're a smart woman. See, my vision was bigger than his doubt. Write that down. My vision was bigger than his doubt. His fear had nothing on me. Why? Because I looked at the eyes of an unborn child and I said, I will never put a child in daycare. I vowed it. Commit, vow it, throw it away, and you stay on that target. So Brian was not supportive whatsoever, and it really wasn't making it easy. Okay? I'm hammering the phone, calling, 3,000 leads, no sales. We go to this first event, Cancun, spring break. My world changed. I asked questions. I got there and I had a purpose. Hopefully every one of you came here with a purpose of what you wanted to get out of this event. I came with some questions. I wanted to know, what did you do? I didn't want to know the why and the who. I wanted the how and the what. Can I get a freaking amen here? Because I'm going to give you the how and the what today. You ready for a how and a what? Awesome. You're going to leave here with a plan of exactly what to do, and it's not going to cost you any money. It's going to cost you lip service. Are you okay with that? Awesome. And it's going to be really sexy. Right? So here we go. I call 3,000 leads. I go to this event, and I asked a question. I said, look, I want to know exactly what was your breaking point. What changed for you? How did you actually take it from nothing to making money? And the guy says to me, well, what are you doing it for? What do you really care about? Like, when you call them, what are you thinking about? I was like, I'm just gonna make this sale, $1,000. Like, if I make 10 of those every month, like that'll help me replace what I've done. He goes, that's the problem. You're putting dollar signs on people's forehead. Dollar signs on people's forehead. They feel it, they know. He goes, if you just shift yourself and change to why you're doing it, so there's some why, right? To why you're doing it, and then you think about them, the woman like Jane, on the other side of Jane, that she just wanted to be with her baby every day. Think about that, and things will change. The day that I stopped putting dollar signs on people's forehead is the day that my business changed. In 3 months, I made a $36,000 sale, and I walked into Brian's office and said, you're not gonna believe this, because here's Mr. Dowdy Pants. I just made 36 grand. He's like, bullshit. No, I'm like, no, I really made 36 grand, and they're gonna send us a check. How weird was that? We used to get checks in the mail, UPS, certified checks in the mail back then, right? So our world changed and shifted that day because I got focused. I stopped putting dollar signs in people's forehead, okay? Now, we were jamming. 3 years into it, we are rocking it, right? And we're cash heavy. What do you do when you're cash heavy? Ooh, you don't slide in that crack. That's a bad one. Right? What do you do when you're cash heavy? Yeah, you spend it, you get all cool, you start looking for opportunities, you see some guy in Henry's Market that you hadn't seen in a long time, he's like, hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, I gotta talk to you about this. We're doing this real estate development deal, and we're taking on like 10 partners. We gotta talk about this. We're like, heck yeah, real estate development deal, we're in. Talking to Bill, done deal, right? We're gonna invest in real estate development. There's 10 partners. We're gonna build like $26 million homes. We're gonna own a golf course. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Right? Yeah, we're in. All right, so what do we need to do? Well, you're just going to sign your name on about 16 of those $1 million homes. No problem. Cool, we got that. And then you're going to give us about $250,000 cash up front right away. Yeah, cool, we got that. We're calling our financial chick, and she's like, you guys are crazy. Don't do that. You got good buckets. You're all secure. Secure makes you bored, right? Doesn't get you in action. So we go nuts on it. And sure enough, man, I get pregnant. Wow, life is amazing. This plan worked. 3 years. Oh my gosh, it worked. Right? I struggled. He didn't believe in me. I made it happen. I called people. Oh my gosh, I was changing lives. I'm investing in property. Our family's lives are going to change. You ever been there before? Yeah, it was awesome. Hanalei, I get pregnant. Hanalei's going to be born 10 months, about that time, right? We find out about 6 months into it that the guy that we signed over the construction loan to had just been sucking out all the construction loan money out of everyone's houses. Wow, what a great guy. And then when the banks call and say, hey, the construction loans are up and you need to start paying Swans, we're like, wait, but the houses aren't built yet. And there's no money left in them. You guys are royally screwed, right? We're royally screwed. We realize that at that moment, Hanalei's just born. The plan that we put together is really going down. So what do? Could have chose to go back to corporate. A lot easier, right? A lot easier to go back to corporate because I could get a great job. But you remember that vow that I made to that unborn child that I would never put her in daycare? I had to stick with it. So we went down hard, and I mean hard. We were, internet people talk like, oh yeah, we're a millionaire. Yeah, it's because they, must have made sales of $1 million. Well, we actually had $1 million in the bank. We were certified, right? Like we actually were at a net worth. When we had to sign off everything, we literally signed off everything. We lost the homes, we lost the cars, everything, to the point where we had just given our last $250,000 cash to this guy, sucked out all the IRAs. Brian's father had passed away, and he used some of his life insurance. I mean, we did it, right? And it's gone, and we have to sign everything off. We're standing in a $1.4 million home, and we couldn't pay for Skype credit. That's no joke. Couldn't pay for Skype credit. So what do? You have a brand new baby, and you have a vow. It's kind of hard to teach prosperity consciousness, isn't it? It's call people. Dollar signs started coming up again. So what do? We have to change our state. We were in a really bad spot. So long story short, Brian pulled up the 4-hour work week and comes to me and it's like, you got to read this. Oh my gosh, there's this chapter about taking mini retirements. I was like, don't you dare. I've got my baby. I've got this house. I know how to make money. I can do it again. We can do this again. We'll just hold off and the banks will hold off on us. So let us at least live here. Fear. I'm holding on. I'm white knuckling it, right? I'm in the race car and I'm freaking hitting the wall. Because that's what you do if you're white knuckle stuff, right? And he's like, no, you got to read this. And I didn't talk to him. I said, I was pissed, right? I was pissed because he actually signed off the last $250. I told him not to, and I held it back, and he did it. I was pissed because my life is now fucked. I had a plan. This is not okay. And I'm being honest. I was pissed. And sure enough, though, I started thinking about it. I'm like, wow, what if? What if? I read this chapter and I thought, oh my gosh, what if we did just take 2 years, change our whole life, change our whole state? And we did start traveling. So we made a decision June 5th, 2008, right? 2008? June 5th, 2008, that we were going to sell everything, liquidate everything, and start traveling the world. That's how the Unstoppable family began. Just in November, 10 years ago, we made this decision. So we sold it all. Now, there's a lot of details into it and how we got to that point because our mind was screwed up. And we had to get our heads clear. We really started focusing heavily on personal development, right? We had to immerse ourselves because now you have a purpose. The fear no longer comes in because Hanalei was present. She was in our life. And we knew that we had to change who we were being and how we were. So sure enough, that's how we became the Unstoppable family, and the journey begins. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? So we lost it once. We lost it again as we started to travel. But there's one thing that I did. Now, I was in the network marketing industry. I was at 4 different companies. I was the #1 income earner in every single company. We've earned multiple millions, 7-figure empires, building businesses. But we did something different than anyone else did. Instead of fishing in a blue or in a Red Sea where you're clawing at everyone else, everyone's got the similar messages, right? Well, I just decided to fish in a blue sea and be totally different than anyone else. Now, this is before development of your brand. It was more of a brand, it was a logo, it was a company, right? And no one was really building brands, so to speak, back then. Well, I'm like, well, hell, let's just be cool, let's just be different. I was in pharmaceuticals, so I would go in and wear different funky clothes just to attract the doctors and do exciting stuff so people would want to talk to me, right? Real estate agents, they put their picture on their business card so that you remember them. So I'm like, well, what if I did this differently? So we just started building a brand. We started telling the story. We started getting connected to humans. Now, this was back 13 years ago, so no one was doing it then. They're hiding behind websites. They were, attempting to look awesome by fake cars. Instead, we're like, no, we lost it all. You must have won the lottery. You're traveling. I'm like, no, we went bankrupt. People were like, what? But you're traveling the world. Yeah, we had to sell everything, and we did. We sold everything that we had, and we left 10 years ago with $12,862 left to our name. $12,862 left to our name with a vision and a vow, and started traveling the world. That was 10 years ago, and we've never looked back. Right? So is it possible? Hell yeah, it's possible. Now, 3 years ago, we decided to break away from network marketing. Incredible industry, by the way. So if you're affiliates of AWOL, wow, it's powerful. It's a great way to learn. But the one thing that I did differently is because I knew that companies tend to change, or things change, or ideas change. And what kept happening is I would be with companies and they would go down. Problems, right? Or there was alignment of their values just was not aligned with what I wanted, but I was locked in. So I thought, how can I change that? So I'm going to teach you today, in the next, I have exactly 60 minutes of exactly what I did to create a sexy brand and turn it into a profit-making machine with using no marketing dollars, because we had none, to build a message, a brand message, and a brand strategy that can last the test of time. Are you guys ready for that? Awesome. Fantastic. Because at that point, right, we didn't have any money, so I had to really get very, very clear and get very clever. And so the brand development, now why I run our agency and I work with very big clients, companies, executives, but I work with a lot of online marketers because they all do it wrong. They all do it wrong, right? Now, certainly, I don't want to say wrong because that's judgment. There are ways that you've all learned. There's affiliate. You can just hide behind something and just send traffic. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legacy. I'm talking about something you're proud of, something your mom looks at or your parents look at or your family, your great-grandpa, and says, wow, you're doing something amazing because you're connected. There's values behind it. So there's money-making stuff, and I'm talking about life-making stuff, okay? That's what we're going to talk about. All right, so I have a Sealed with a Kiss promise. In the next 60 minutes, I am going to show you the exact steps, the how and the what of how to build a sexy brand and turn it into a profit-making machine. If at the end of that time I don't teach you and I don't give you enough information, you can come up and tell me, and I'll give you $100. Is that fair? Awesome. Sweet. Okay. I mean, you don't want $100? No, because I'm not going to give it because I'm going to do it. Ha ha. Suckers. Okay, so, all right, so let's just when we look at our business, I look at it like an oak tree, right? So at the bottom, that's all of your values, the influence, that's the roots of a tree, right? When any business that you're building and developing, it's the roots of the tree. Now, as you go up into the trunk, your story and who you truly are, your brand becomes the foundation, doesn't it, of building a business. Now, at the top, if we don't get to that foundation, have a trunk or the minerals, the YouTube, the social media, it doesn't matter. Why? Because if you don't know what you are and who you are and what you do, then all that's going to be bullshit anyways, and people are going to read through it. Remember the dollar signs in my foreheads? They're going to know. So you can fake it until you make it, or you can be it and make it strong like an oak tree, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about. Now, the first thing we look at in brand development is really what the personality is. Right? Like, what is your personality? Like, I used to be square pants corporate. When I switched into being the Unstoppable family, like, I'm a lot more fun now. Actually, my real personality came through. So you want to look at what is the personality that I want to be representative as, right? So if you were to say, let's say Gary Vee, what side is Gary Vee on? Left side or right side? Clearly the left. What about, like, Michelle Obama? Right side or left? Yeah, right side. You don't see her, you know, running around in a bikini. You don't see her like, woo, you know, talking about freedom, doing this stuff, right? It's just their personality. And it's the languaging that they use. It's how you present yourself. So when I go through this with you, you're actually going to leave with a brand message that's very articulate and clear. You remember when I introduced myself? I said exactly who I was, what I did. Did you know what I did? Right, but when I said it, you did, right? So we're going to go through that. Now, when we're working on our brand development, I look at it, call it the brand soul, okay? And these are the 5 elements. And this is really any business. You want to make sure that we're covering all the 5 elements. It's just positioning, right? How the brand is positioned. I'm going to go through that with you. The communication, actually how you're articulating that message. We learned a lot about Facebook ads already. You learned a lot about how to take ad copy and copyright and wordsmith it so that it's persuasive languaging, right? But it's how you tell your story. I started with a story, didn't I? And you connected with me. So now we're on a different level of trust. You realize what I've gone through. Now you know that the information I'm teaching you now is true. And you're going to listen more, right? You're going to learn more. I don't know who the gentleman was right before me, his name, but he said just that. Give value-based, right? Before you make your offers. Same exact thing. Make your brand story so connected that people want to ask you, what do you do? How do you do it? You with me? Yeah? All right, cool. Next is, of course, innovation. You guys are in AWOL. These guys are powerful when it comes to development of sales funnels. You got to be on the top level of innovation because your clients will know. If I was still asking for checks in the mail, people probably stop sending them, right? We got to use things like merchant accounts. Brandon was talking about merchant accounts, right? You got to be able to have those type of things, sales funnels, order forms. You guys get all this stuff. This is just basic stuff, right? Purchase moment, they got to feel good. The channel's got to work. Things got to be, the product development has to be up to date. And of course now, the experience that they have. How are you following up? All right. So let's get into it. I know you guys want some what and some how. Personal branding is about how your audience, how they perceive you and connect to your values. Personal branding is very different than it is just sending traffic. I care what people think about me. I care, right? That's why I stayed. These guys were like, why the hell are you guys here so early? I'm like, because I got to meet these people. You're going to learn from me. I've got to know that my values are aligned with you and that you can trust me and I can trust you. I don't just come in and speak. I actually come in and deliver an experience and a transformation based on the knowledge and experiences I've had. Does that make sense? Can you imagine being that person? Being that person for your customer or your client? Be that person. Be that value-based person. Personal branding, it's the practice, right, of people marketing themselves, their careers, as a brand, right? You as the brand. It's the ongoing process of establishing a prescribed image or impression in the mind of an individual, group, and organization, right? That's the definition. Now, I like to create sexy brands, like I told you, so we're gonna get sexy over here. Are you with me? Nice. Oh, by the way, hi, guys. I got my live going on over here. All my fans are over there. Hopefully people are giving me some love. Okay, good. All right, so cool. Let's talk about a sexy brand, right? Because that's what we want. A sexy brand, write this down. We cover brand design, brand message, brand strategy. That's really all you need, those 3. You need a great design, a very clear, concise message, and a strategy that you can implement. You learned a lot today, and I know that Kayla said this in the beginning. Pick one, learn one, and master it. What I'm going to teach you, though, today is something you can do now while you're learning one. Cool? And really simple and easy. Okay, let's get to the sexy brand deal because this is what I love. Sexy brand is one that visibly represents a person, company, or product in a way that catches the eye, right? It's not about coercion or persuasion. It's like you literally do something so awesome that you catches their eye of the observer, and you tell a story through your image, your design, and your message along with your marketing. Sexy brands authentically present you in a way that's enticing. They want to know more about you. I want to always be irresistibly attractive while I separate myself from my competition, don't you? Be irresistibly attractive. So this is what we're going to do. We're actually going to go through how to do that, because sexy brands, personal brands, I'm going to need a mic in a minute, know who they are, what they do, and how they do it. How many of you right now can say to your clients what you do, how you do it? Who can say it? Who can introduce themselves and tell me, what do you do? Mike, please. I play softball, baby. I got this. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
My name's Michael. Michael Grace.
Hi, Michael. Would you mind sharing me who you are? What is it that you do?
Yeah. I'm a digital marketer. I help people get what they want for their reasons.
Okay. Cool. Give Michael some love. Nice work. I'm going to figure out what that means in a minute. Who else? Whoa, check this out. Did you play? Yeah, that's my man over there. What's your first name?
We are Greg and Carol Aldana. That's who we are. What we do is we house disabled veterans and low-income families through the Elohim Group Foundation, and all the money from our Awaken proceeds goes into that foundation. We now will have Bitcoin income going into that foundation. That's what we do. That's who we are.
Wow, yeah! Woo! Boom! Give him a mic drop on that one. Thank you, my man. Anyone else? We got someone over here. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There's always gifts. There's always things. Okay. Oh, there you go. Oh, I was gonna whip him with my left hand.
Check 1, 2. Cool. My name is Russell West. I'm a Canadian, and I compose extreme metal by translating my thoughts from a higher dimension.
Whoa! Say that again.
I compose extreme metal by translating my thoughts from a higher dimension.
Well, damn, I want to learn about what that is, don't you? All right, wow. Pretty awesome. This is really cool, too. All right, is anyone burning desires over here? Someone's got to do it? Because don't worry, you guys are all going to... Here you go.
My name is Mike Strasbaugh. I have a few master's degrees in music, so what I do is I take elements of metal, extreme metal, jazz, classical, pop, country, etc., and I offer university-level guitar lessons, face-to-face, one-on-one, and I work for myself, and it's the best thing ever. Yep.
Sweetness, love it. Well done. Awesome. All right, so now, how many of you guys felt that you knew what these people did? Right? Pretty clear. We're getting there. We're getting close. All right, so this is the deal. When we're building brands, we talk about the intangibles and the tangibles, right? There are intangibles and tangibles. Now, what makes a sexy brand? What makes a not-so-sexy brand? You guys are learning all of this, so this is not things that we have to overly go through. But a sexy brand is a message-to-market match. Like, you literally say what you do, and people go, yeah, I got that. I call that the grunt test. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Write down grunt, okay? Because I didn't want to give you guys any kind of grunts yet because you didn't know what it was. But as we go through the next 53 minutes, somebody can yell out, grunt, because that means that you are not clear. Right? Grunts. That means, I'll tell you in a minute. All right, so sexy brand is you know exactly what you bring to the table. You know what you deliver, you know what you do. And people, when they meet you, they get you, right? Your story is articulate. It's very relevant to the message. You don't have a fan page that's for family and fun and then you're selling, you know, like iPhones or cell phone services, right? Like, come on, let's get it together here. We know our audiences, we know the insights of our audiences, our values of our audiences, and we produce shareable content. That's a big one, especially right now. We're going to talk about that as well. Shareable content, right? Consumer-generated content, or content that is so rich and yummy that people share it. That's what it is, right? And I know that's what, who was the gentleman right before me, please? Mike, yeah, that was his first name. He was freaking brilliant, right? But it's shareable content, stuff that you educate them enough on what it is that you know and do that they want to share it. It creates engagement, interaction, and of course, irresistible offers, right? Things that people are like, whoa, I need this. You guys have a really great irresistible offer now. I know that many of you are using Kiela's video because it's super irresistible, but this is the deal. I'm going to be really real with you guys. Shit changes. Audiences don't like that stuff anymore, right? So they're gonna have to reproduce one, which is awesome. I'm not telling them this is a bad thing. What I'm saying is you gotta be building a brand along the same, while you're marketing, because if you're not bridging the gap, or I call it putting a wedge between you and a product or an offer, you might change the offer. And if you're known as your irresistible offer is just an offer, there's no value there. Now, Kiala's got a great story, right? So there's value. All these things are connecting for you there. But what happens if you want to create something new, right? Or do something different or add on. So we need to be able to do that. No, not so sexy brands. We're not going to talk about those because they're totally obvious. They're everything that wasn't. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you some statistics on what's going on in the marketplace right now. Why so much hype, though, about personal branding? Well, we do know this, is that right now the world is shifting. 71% of CEOs know that human resource and capital is their key source to their economic values. Human, right? I know the little girl and her dad was talking about subscriptions, right? And they were talking about their sharing it and really staying connected with community. This is what's happening, right? Influencer marketing is very big. 33% of buyers trust a message from a company. That's nice. But what about 90% of those that trust them from a recommended source, right? A recommended source. 90%, that's a big deal. That's why we love testimonials. Why do you think they're like, give me a testimonial? Give them a damn testimonial already. Jesus. Do you want to build this business? You want to build theirs? Give them a damn testimonial. That's why they're asking, because it's currency. Your experience here at AWOL Elite Summit, oh, really? That's BS. I said AWOL Elite because I wanted the woo-hoo. Planted that. Man, I got you guys. See, always checking. Good. Yes. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm just teasing. Okay, 77% of all discussion on social media, they're people that are seeking advice, information, right? Help. They're actually looking for something. So they want to interact with you. That's why blogging took off, right? Good bloggers do really well. They wanted to ask you questions. It's the stuff you guys probably know, but it's bigger than you think, right? 92% of people trust recommendations from individuals, even if they don't even know them, over companies. That's why these kids are becoming influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is a currency now. It's an actual economy. Your influence now, your numbers, what you do matters. And the strategy I'm going to teach you is all about interaction and engagement. That's why all my people are there. What's up? Hopefully they're watching. Are they giving me love? You better be sharing this. Please share this. Come on, guys. Right? You got to ask them. People want it. You got to ask for it. Right? Because it's currency. My people start sharing this film, say, dang it, man, my coach or Rhonda is rocking it right now. Guess what? They're like, oh, I want to work with Rhonda, right? That's what you got to do. So much freaking value that I'm willing to give you guys all $100, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to do 78% of buyers for houses are actually Googling the real estate agent. Big deal. This is a funny one because our buddy, this is hilarious, our buddy, we look at this video and he's like a super crazy partier. And we see this picture, I'm like, wow, Abe. He's got a header on his Facebook page of him at a festival. And he's like sitting there like he's driving a car, clearly looks super wasted. And he works for a big corporation. I was like, well, I should have sent this over to him. Guess what? 7 out of 10 employers are searching your profiles. Yeah, they're searching profiles before they give you jobs. Right? Like, holy moly. I was like, Abe, you better watch it, dude. Okay. And then, of course, last. Now, this is where my branding agency is getting so big because professionals and executives and CEOs are branding themselves, right? Who do we know famous CEOs that are super personal branded? Yeah, right? Big time. Elon Musk. Who else? Gary V, super, right? Richard Branson. Donald Trump. Right? He was here, by the way. Did you guys know that? He was here a couple days ago. Right, big. And they know because that face creates a heartbeat for these companies. This is why you guys have such a higher level value because you're a personal business, you're a small business, right? So your brand, you can connect to humans. Because when we get too far, right? So I've got my coaches that run a lot of my programs because they're like, oh no, I can't work with Rhonda, so it's too far away. So there's a bridge between that, and that's what you guys are. It's a big deal. Okay, this is another one to make sure that you know. Market research says, hands down, company or logo, we're going for people, right? The world wants people. All right, so let me ask you, the question is actually how do these stats really reveal an opportunity for personal branding? It's just changing the market, right? Because the trend is now moving in the direction of online engagement. Engagement is everything, right? It's not just the ads that you run, it's actually the engagement that you have. And more people are looking for opportunities, and they're connecting with people like a magnet because now they know the power, right? And all of you are in a really, really powerful state. And this is where social is moving in for us. I didn't have that when I started, remember? Didn't have it. Then I was recording video and putting them up on flat websites and doing my best to connect with people because I would send them videos even before they spoke with them because I wanted them to know me first. Like, we connected. Now you guys are actually listening, right? Otherwise, you might be like, this is some crazy chick, I don't know, or whatever. She's going to talk about branding. I'll figure that out. I'll read a book. Right? You could have done that. This is a really great one. I love this. Fast Company did an article with Tom Peters. He wrote a big book about the brand called You. Same thing, regardless of age, position, or the business that you're in, you all need a brand, right? It helps us understand really what these people are all about. And we need to be called the CEOs of ourselves and become the marketer of the brand called You. How many of you guys would consider that you say, oh, I got a brand? Yep, I got one. Ooh, holy, wow. This is awesome. So I'm going to pitch you guys. I got a webinar next week. Just kidding, unless I get permission. Okay. I'll come on to your calls if you guys ever need me to, because it's so important, but you'll be able to implement what we're talking about today. Okay, personal branding umbrella. I call it the umbrella. Because first, when you start off, you create an umbrella. It's your umbrella brand. It's what can represent you, that all the stuff that can go underneath it. Because underneath it is products, companies, books, services, right? So the Unstoppable family, I'm going to show you our tiered brand, how it started. We were in the Unstoppable family. We were the traveling family. Now, we did have a business opportunity, but our brand represented the values that people wanted. Travel, freedom, being with your kid, right? So if you pick 3 categories that your brand represents, then you can target those people. So right now, write down, what are my 3 main categories of my brand, of what you want to represent? And the first person that gets it written down, just yell, I got it! And someone's going to throw you a mic in your head. Just got to be ready. There you go. Yeah, nice.
Check, check.
Hey, man.
Yeah, so happy, healthy, wealthy.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, very good. Happy, healthy, and wealthy. That's pretty clear. What is it that you do?
I'm a digital marketer and a health and wellness practitioner, and I help individuals and small businesses adapt to the digital age.
Okay, happy, healthy, and wealthy. You're talking really heavy about digital, about marketing, about business. Okay, what is your offer?
Well, I'm an NAWO affiliate, and
Okay.
I also promote various different health and wellness offers, products and services that can improve people's health and wellness, educate them.
Is it
liberate their time.
dark advertising? Do they know who you are at all?
Oh, they know who I am, yeah.
Okay, good. Although we could get better.
Yep.
You're not bullseyed enough. I would say kind of grunty, because if I got on your page and all of a sudden, and this is, please take this. I'm from Michigan. I'm super direct. Is that you might be pitching or talking about like a wellness program, but then you're talking about digital marketing, and they're like, kind of confused. What do I buy from this guy? Is he going to pitch me on a deal, or is he going to sell me something I need? You're with me? Okay. Yeah, cool. We'll get that. All right, I'm just going to take I'll take more of you in a moment. Okay, right, so this is multi-tiered. So now we went from Unstoppable family with our 3 core elements, which was freedom, family, and business, right? Travel. And we were selling the opportunity that represented. That's what our brand represented. That's what the story was all about. You guys know my story. And then I started to branch out and do my own thing, right? So Unstoppable Family's still there. But now I started writing my own book. In fact, I have a book right here. Some lucky person will be able to get my big fat lips. Skills are cheap, passion is priceless. Those are my lips, by the way. I took a picture and sent it. I totally joked. I found that online. Right? So now this is my brand. I have my agency and my sexy brand building programs. I'm also the Unstoppable Mama. I wrote books. I'm also Brian and I created the Freedompreneur movement. Right? So this is the things that are underneath me. So when you're building your personal brand, you say, okay, what's my umbrella and where can things be placed underneath it? So one of them would be certainly your AWOL affiliate. It can be your education pieces. It can be all the products that you sell. But if it's not aligned, you're going to miss people. Right? The bullseye's not going to be there. So I want you to write down, did all of you get your 3 things down? Okay, we'll come back to that. I'm going to get you guys, I want to make sure you're being able to get your questions answered. Okay, so let's go back to this now. The world has now gone personal branding madness, and you're seeing it every day, right? Jeff Bezos said it the best, right? It's about what they say about you when you're not in the room. So we got to be really aware of the way we're communicating the things that we're doing. This is why I'm pushing this so strong about your values, about the way you communicate, your language, the people you align with, right? The companies you align with, the products you align with. Everything has to be congruent. This is one of my favorite testimonials or case studies. Brian and I actually, because of the 4-hour work week, we were on Tim Ferriss's Facebook site for fan page or profile page, business page for like a year. We became one of his biggest testimonials. He didn't know it because we hacked it. We found out that back then he didn't know about Facebook. We uploaded a video to his profile and we stayed there. It was badass. We made like multiple 6, 7 figures just because we were like, hey Tim, kick ass, we read your book, changed your life, traveling the world, look at my kid, she's awesome now. And it was great. So find hacks like that. So we figured out that hack. But this is what I love the most though. Tim in the beginning, check this out. He's now in Success Magazine. We all know Tim. He's wrote some incredible, his brand is powerful, the 4-hour, along with all of the 4-hour body, chef, you name it. But this is what's so cool. Check this out. This is what Tim Ferriss said when he was in an interview. Yeah, you may not be able to find me. He's kind of cocky, right? It's hard to do. I might be doing this, doing that. But the beauty is, I'm not a multimillionaire, nor do I particularly care to be. Touche. That was 24th April 07. Does anyone know what the net worth is right now of Tim Ferriss and his personal brand? Guess. How much? Close. Check out this. Look at this. $388 million, Tim Ferriss, for the guy just 11 years ago said, not particularly interested. Not particularly. Do you see why building your personal brand could matter a little bit to your bottom line? He got really brand heavy. He started focusing on his message, who he was. He started speaking more directly, using platforms like his blog, right? It wasn't the book. It was Tim. You get that? It was not the book. It was him. It was how he was connecting, he was communicating, he was on podcasts, he started doing interviews. You see some of his early interviews. Who knows Gary Vee? Who's got Gary Vee on your timeline every minute? Because he produces content like a dog. It's like, Gary, give me a break here, right? So much content. Gary Vee's in it, right? The Rock. How many of you guys follow The Rock? He's super badass on Instagram. You got to watch him. It's awesome. Will Smith. Right? We got any Will Smith fans in here? Like his Facebook stuff, he's crushing it. And I saw him come in. Who saw when he came in? It was like not long ago. You're like, yeah, oh my God, Will Smith is like in my living room right now. It was so cool, right? And did you see what he did? He started doing this, his fun stuff, and he started building this brand of him. And then they just launched the water company. That's why he was doing it. Did you know that? He went on social, got really connected, followers. And they weren't following him. Of course, he is a celebrity, but it was because he was getting ready to launch a product. He's getting ready to launch his water deal. And they crushed it. Of course, he would, but this is something that you can do. I'm going to show you the exact plan that Will Smith did, because this is what I teach in all of my programs and my clients, and we use it for every single type of product, launch, offer, webinar, whatever it might be. And we close people because, write this down, invisible difference. It's the invisible difference. It's all the things that you're doing on the front end before you make an offer. This is why, we talked about the oak tree in the beginning, so many businesses and companies bypass the branding side. They just get straight to the selling. We love you, Hoyt, you're a closer. These guys are gonna build a brand. Let Hoyt close the damn sales for you. That guy blew me away yesterday. I was like, holy shit, this guy can go. You guys know Hoyt? Whoa, blew me away, you're a boss. All of you need to focus on the foundation, the fundamentals, because you can't get to Hoyt until you know what you're doing, and that's what most people do, especially because we get cash hungry, right? We all want to make that money, hey, right? We want the dollar bills, y'all, but we only are going to get the dollar bills is if we actually know who we are, and then people just throw them at you. That's what I like, right? That's the invisible difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down right now. We're going to go through the 4 C's of how to develop your brand. You're going to take some really kick-ass notes, and I'm going to go through the, I'm going to jam this, by the way, because I got 37 minutes. Not long enough. Can I have more time? I'm joking. Not really, but you know, you can't strike the jury. Just say it, see if they give you more time. Okay, so we're going to go through the 4 C's. First off is going to be clarity. It's clear, a very strong, direct, defined message. Second is consistency. I'm going to go back through these, so don't worry, I'm jamming them right now. Consistency, you've got to be consistent. You can't start today, drop tomorrow, because all the heavy weightlifting that you're doing, someone else is going to pick it up if you stop and you're not consistent. 9 to 17 touches. I believe one of the gentlemen said the other day, like 14 to 20, right on. Like, people need to know. That's why the invisible difference matters. And when I teach you this 21-day plan, you guys know what the 21-day plan is. Give some love if you love the 21-day plan. All my clients use it because it launches their products and their programs. It creates what I call the Pied Piper effect, where people are running, you know, little mice are like, oh, I want to go to the Pied Piper, where he's going. And then he locked them in a garbage can or something. Is that what he did with them? I don't even remember. All right, so congruency, right? Everything, all assets have to be congruent. You guys are all elite members? So you guys know about congruency because your sales funnels will be congruent to your brand because these guys are creating them for you. And if they're not, make sure you do it because, man, the start creating your own funnel, just waste your time. High value, low value stuff, right? Tiki-taki on a sales funnel, I used to do it. I'm like, shit, I can't do that anymore because it wastes my time. My high value is here with you, right? Start thinking that way. Total congruency. Credibility, you gotta be here, you gotta be with great people, you've gotta be in publications, right? You've gotta be seen as the expert, right? Clear on my why, my what, and my how. That's just how it works. Okay, now, if you wanna take out your phone, take some pictures of these slides, because they're super strong. I'll also give them to you guys if you like the slides. You guys like slides? Everyone loves the slides. If you copy them, you're in big trouble. I had someone do that, actually. I stopped giving my slides away. Somebody actually, like, copied my sexy stuff. I'm like, dude, that's my language. You can't use my language. You can't use my slides. Come on, man. Get real. Get true. Be you. Okay. 7 to 10, short word phrase. That's what a tagline is. Very concise and very, very clear. Hello. Clicker. Okay. Oh, so slow and dynamic. The way you position, you have to ask yourself, how am I positioned? You have to choose. You have to choose. Just like you choose the personality, you actually have to choose the position. Right? How are you positioned? Do you want to be perceived as that guy? It's okay. I'm speaking at Hustle and Grind Con next week. It's all car salesmen. Do you think this is going to go over really well? I think I need to change the slide. Make fun of another industry, right? Don't be like this guy. Or you can be like this guy. It's okay to be budget. Just be true to budget. Don't pretend like you're luxury in your budget, right? Are you a house mom? Like, what is your values? What is your message? Are you soft? Like, I am not soft at all, but I do like sexy shit, right? I like my sexy, so I use the word sexy. When I started using the word sexy for my brand, people were totally offended. Like, they're like, oh, sexy. Like, oh, right? Like, why would you do that? Because they just didn't feel, you got to feel good in your skin, right? Feeling good in your skin is feeling sexy. It doesn't matter who or what you are. Just love yourself. That's just, right? Yeah. That's right. All right, can we get a little grunt test? Right? You gotta be able to tell what you do, and a caveman could hear it and get it. Otherwise, you go, huh? Websites, all your material. We get super fancy. I love the guy that did the mind melding, but I was kind of confused. But maybe it's because I'm not your audience. Where's the mind melding guy? He did cool stuff though. It was super cool, and I'm like, ooh, I want to know more because I might not be your audience. And I'm not judging it. I want to make sure that it's super grunt testable, right? Because we get clever with our words and then we blow it. Everyone leaves. Like, I don't know what the hell they do, so they go somewhere else. We think that we need to be crafty and clever. Copywriting is clear, right? Yeah, use great persuasive languaging, but be clear. So this is all that your clients or your customers care about. Just what is it that you do? How are you going to make my life better? And how do I buy or work with you? That's it. Don't get super fancy. What do? I create sexy brands and turn them into profit-making machines. That's what I do. Desired outcome, profit machine. What I do, create sexy brands. Desired outcome of my client, profit machine. Get it? So write that formula down. What is it that I do? What's the desired outcome? Clients have to know how you're going to make their life better. If there's no problem solving, there's nothing for you, right? Hanalei, you're pretty clear what she does, isn't it? She talks about motivation, right? But she is a fashion designer. You'll hear from her later. She's a boss, right? There you go. It's my website. Don't get fancy. Well, you get fancy. You get sexy, but damn it, this is what I do. So people go to my website, when they talk to me, they're like, she's all about brands. She is about brands. Like everyone, you need a branding makeover. You need to call Rhonda, right? That's it. That's just how it works. Everyone knows this because I'm turned into Kleenex. I want to be the Kleenex of branding for online businesses and marketers, professionals. Be the Kleenex. Doesn't matter what you do, just be it. What makes you unique? Got to get clear. What makes me unique? Like, really? Damn it, can I have more time? Okay, they're not answering. I'm teasing. Just send me a little message if I can or not. If not, I'll go faster. Okay, now, this is the deal. How to articulate your message. We just did this. This is a grunt test. I'm going to play this video because I want you guys to hear it. This is what a lot of us sound like. If we get this part right, you can go to any... Okay, shoot. Darn it. Any networkers meeting, and you're going to be able to nail it. All right.
The elevator pitch is your first step towards becoming a networking god. Hey, Mr. CEO. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Ruben, right?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Nice.
So,
nice.
What is it that you do then exactly?
Well, you know, I like merge all my talents together and just give it out to the world, like all my stuff inside me. It's like a mixture of stuff. Like I'm a creative guy, people's person, obviously. I write a bit of comedy, I present, I get up stage, talk to people, and I just know together all my creative ideas and my whole teams.
That's not an elevator pitch. That's the ramblings of an unprepared bitch.
An elevator pitch is a sentence that sums up what you do so concisely that you can tell it in a space of your average elevator ride. If you were to write it down, it'd be about 140 characters, which is about a tweet. So, let's try that again, shall we?
Where you're saving time, right? You get this? So when I came out, I told you exactly what I did. You're like, whoa, all right, she's done this before. No, it's just because I practice. Wait till you hear my kid, she'll nail it. Because we practice. Because you will miss opportunities, business deals, speaking gigs, if you don't not articulate what you do. So if there's like a lot going on, you know, they're like, So it's still good to use that copy, but you might want to really nail who you are. Got it? Okay, now, yeah, got it? Yeah. All right, one person. I want one person right now to stand up. I've got my book, a copy of my book for you, my friend, if you actually do it right. You can follow this. So this is really simple. You can just look at it real quick. My name is Rhonda Swan. I'm the CEO and the founder of Unstoppable Branding Agency and the Sexy Brand Building Programs. I help entrepreneurs create sexy brands and turn them into profit-making machines, right? Okay, yeah? Look at this guy. He's like, I got this.
It was at 2 inches.
Voice of God.
Hi, my name is Mike Weckner. I build teams through effective coaching and join them together through writing products to move their businesses forward.
Strong. Yeah, good. We could make it a little tighter, and I can always help you make that better, right? Because writing products, we're not sure about that. So through wordsmithing, through writing, through communication of their message, right? Like, dig into that. Awesome, though. Really well done. Really well done. I like to call myself a wordsmith because I really love just to get in that and make it, boom, super direct. You got that? Right? Makes sense? Okay. I'm going to rock through these. Here we go. Okay. Congruency, right? All of it. It's got to be congruent across the line, all aligned values. Everything has to be congruent, and that's why I'm so particular about when people are like, ooh, that umbrella is awesome. You got a great umbrella, and you can have things underneath it, but the message has to be very clear of what your umbrella represents. So that could mean multi-tiering your brand and bringing it over like I did. Right, the Unstoppable Family brand, I started talking about branding, and they were confusing the hell out of my travel people and the ones that wanted freedom. Because all of a sudden I'm like, branding, sexy, and they're like, what? I don't get it. Oh, split. Rhonda Swan, 7-figure brand strategist. I create sexy brands to profit-making machines. Boom. Brian Swan, unstoppable surfer. Right? He surfs. That's what he does. A lot. He's got a great life. Workaholic woman. Right, my daughter, fashion designer, like we all now had to multi-tier because we were confusing our audience. Make sense? They're like, what the hell are these offers they kept pitching at me all the time? I don't even know what they do. We're like, oh no, this is not okay, right? Get that? Cool. All right. Now, this is like my buddy Abe. I should have sent this to Abe. You can't be this guy on the weekend and that chick on Monday. It just doesn't work that way anymore. Clients see it, customers see it, and so do bosses, apparently. Right? Congruency, have values aligned. You'll learn from Hanalei. Everything that she does is earth and life-conscious materials. You could all buy any piece of clothing. I know it. Sweatshirts got them. Guess what? When you invest in a sweatshirt from Hanalei, it goes to a grander value. That's why people buy. They buy from her message. So if you haven't bought yet, after you hear her, I'm going to welcome you to do that, because you're going to be so inspired and moved. Get that? It's right outside. The table's outside. It's waiting for you. Just get your cash in hand. Credit card thing's not working very well. Invisible difference. Do you see what's going on? Seeding all the time, having fun, but telling you what the hell I want you to do. It's so easy. It's so weird, right? So simple. We make it so hard. Yeah, Mom, I'll give them all to you. You even get my videos. If you use sexy, if you use invisible difference, if you use runway to the money, any of these things I'm going to teach you, just tag me. I'd love it. Remember, 90% of people like consumer-generated content. Get it? I'll do it for you as well, anytime. Okay, boom, consistency. We're rocking through this. Okay, because I want to get to the good, juicy stuff. Okay, so this is one of my clients, Abby. This is just a visual image. Her whole brand is this. It's super sexy. It's gorgeous. She's aligned with her values, her kids, everything. Her funnels, man, you look her up. It's super amazing. Have a brand message as well. This is my message. Be strong with your stand and kind with your words. My family's brand values is what we talk about. Everyone knows my stuff looks like this. I got lips on everything. My damn book's got lip on it. I use the emoji lip all the time, right? It's just my gig. It's what I like. I got a big mouth, and I like lipstick. Right? But that's my gig, right? So make sure that you have something like that. Icon something, anchor it in so that your audience is used to it. Be unstoppable. People actually see stuff. I got a picture the other day of a lady said, oh, Rhonda, we were in a mall and there was a Be Unstoppable on a freaking picture on a window, and she sent a picture to me. Be unstoppable. How weird is that? Some random people sending you, right? That's how you become Kleenex of what you do. It just takes time, right? I think I already went through this. I think these are doubled. That's odd. Okay, no wonder why I feel like I'm talking twice. Media kits, that's your credibility piece, right? Hanalei's got a kick-ass media kit. Are any speakers, coaches? Some? Be prepared. If you want to be a speaker, you want to be a coach, have a media kit. We go on the offense. These guys, guess what, Todd? They welcomed us and wanted us to speak. So then, reached out again. I said, cool, no problem. Would you like to see one of my talks? Here's my talk, here's my talk, here's my media kit, here's my kids' media kit. Done. Am I right, Todd? Go on the offense for everything. Be prepared. This is what a sexy brand does. You get paid double, right? You get treated well, but you always give more, okay? But these help a lot. Really a lot. Anchor your things in, right? Podcast. Oh my gosh, don't look for mine. Mine sucks because I haven't done it in a long time. I really need to go back to it, but I love video. And my voice changes a lot. I was talking to the dude in the back, the MC. I forget your name, but you're awesome. I'm like, oh, you got such a good radio voice. I'm like, like people are going to die if they're listening to me in the freaking ear. Right? So that's why my podcast sucks. So I don't do it very often, but I need to. Okay. Everything's congruent. See how, like, everything matches. All right. Runway to the money strategy. Who wants to know it? Yeah. Runways to the money. Are you guys bored? Because I got, what? You gave me more time, didn't you? I'm so excited. You guys are so great. You really did.
Bonus time.
Yes. I got one. I wanted one so bad. I wrote it down last night and said, make sure you get a bonus time. I really did, though. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now you guys can take it all in because I got 26 minutes. This is freaking amazing right now. What I'm going to teach you guys. It's so simple but super real. All right, I think my slides did. No, there we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so there's two forms, right, of traffic. We learned about paid. Do paid. It's amazing. It's the insights you can target, do it. What I'm going to teach you now is this organic, the intangibles, that invisible difference. This works. We create the Pied Piper effect. You articulate your message. You dial your message in so good that people want it. How many of us would want to get to a webinar, barely do any marketing whatsoever, and only have like 40 to 50 people show up, and you close 80% of them at like a $5,000 or $30,000 deal? Right? Yeah. We did a webinar, and like 50 people there. I had a $500 application, and we closed $197,000. And I didn't do any marketing. Just did this. Who wants to know what it is? Yeah? We're in. Let's do it. Okay. It's called the 21-day plan. Now, this is the deal. There's 4 phases. I need you to write this down. Structure gives you freedom. You guys know what that one is. I'm looking at my live audience. I know my coach is there. I know Letitia's there. She's the best. Excited to see you. Structure gives you freedom. Hanalei knows it. Look at her. Okay, now, this is a little different than just having fun and sharing. We have an objective. The objective is you're going to give enough value, you're going to move people through to a live offer, an event, a webinar, bring them here, whatever, right? Because your process, you guys bring people directly to webinars and your process? I think you do, right? Yeah, I remember that. So make sure this is an objective. Now, we use the 21-day plan for 2 reasons. 1, brand building. If you don't have an offer yet and you're not sure how to make the offer, start it today. If you have an offer, start it today. Because what it does, it's the invisible difference that we do every day. I'm going to show you. I'm holding on. It's called a cliffhanger. I opened the loop earlier. I'm going to close the loop. Don't worry. I know you guys learned this stuff. It brings people into learning your message, trusting you. They see you as valuable, but there has to be structure. We love lives, and I'll just blah, blah, blah on lives forever. But when I do my 21-day plan, you'll know it because I'm on point. I'm structured because our whole objective is to make sure that you're teaching little nuggets to people all along that's going to seed the offer. So when you make your offer, everything they've been watching is already there. It's already like, all right, I knew all this stuff. Oh my God, I want this. Because that's what we attempted to do with webinars. But webinars are closing less now because everyone's just trying to jam you into a webinar, and you only got 60 minutes. And half the time they're not live, or they are live and they're not that great. And so now we need to start creating more of that value base in the front. Okay, so that's what the 21-day plan is. This is what you're going to need. Create a show name. Mine's the Help Me Rhonda Show. Go figure. How cool, right? Help Me Rhonda show, right? You do the Help Me Rhonda show. Create your own show. Give it a name. Because everyone else is doing the lives or they're doing whatever type of marketing, but there's no like, I gotta go to the show. Like who likes to, like, you got favorite shows? Like you wanna watch someone's show. It doesn't seem like it's a marketing gig, does it? If it's a show. Give yourself a cool name. That's the number one thing you're gonna do. Write that down. Number two, you're gonna set up a plan. You're gonna set it up and you're gonna have a plan. What do we love in our family? Hanalei's not here because she's the only one that does it. Swano didn't say anything because he doesn't plan. Oh, sorry, I was just joking, but we're big planners in our family. Swano's the worst. Let's just be real. Right, yeah, exactly. Right, but this is so true. And we tease on each other, don't worry, he's not offended because we live by the 5 agreements and one of them is never be offended or take things personally. We love each other. Right? Okay, cool. Yeah, family values, right? All right. 3 is execution and delivery. The 4th is a live offer, and the 5th is a follow-up. You have to have 4 phases, and you add in follow-up because I just didn't put 5. Right, boom, here's my show. Look at that, how sexy it is, totally branded. That's my show, that's my font, those are my colors, that's me. I got some cool shit. My stuff is in cool publications, credibility's there. 4 C's, nailed it. Got it? 4 C's. Now, the setup and the plan. Big. Now, I'm taking some time on this because we could flash through it, but this is where you'll fail. This is my 21-day plan. You know how ugly it is. Once you do this, you don't have to do it again. Content for days. 21, in fact. Blog posts, YouTube, every topic, okay? This is my 21-day plan. Super raggedy. But if you notice, I use this exact plan. Now, I'm going to share with you what I mean by this. The 21-day plan is intended to give bite-sized bits of information about what you do, how you do it in a structured way. Bite-sized bits of information so that people want to come back. So what you're going to do is you're going to brainstorm all of your topics, everything that's related to what it is that you do and what the offer is that you're going to make. If it's this offer, well, you know everything that you guys do. I mean, there's a huge list. Digital marketing, education, community, right? All of that. People are looking for that stuff. Brainstorm it. I mean, seriously, make sure you're taking these notes, guys, because I want you to execute this, and so does Kiala. That's why he gave me more time. He's like, this bitch is going to make me some money. I know. Don't worry. I know. Okay, right? So you're going to brainstorm all your topics. And then what you're going to do, you're going to put them in a hot and cold order. Like, ooh, that's super juicy. Yeah, everyone talks about that. Health and wellness. 3 industries, right? We've got health and wellness, online marketing, and relationships. Those are the 3 biggest industries online. That's a big fat red C. So make your list and cut the cold ones off because everyone's talking about that shit. Detox, yep. I know a billion ways to detox. What about if my gut's messed up? Because I know my gut controls everything, doesn't it? Go deep, right? I know you guys talk a lot about keto. There's the one dude, he's going crazy right now on YouTube. He's super deep. He really specifically talks about some drink. Hanalei knows that guy. What's his name? What does he talk about, Hanalei? I forgot now. Yeah, her and I see his YouTube videos all the time. Yeah, you guys know the guy. Direct and specific. So you have to make sure you cut off the cold stuff and hit hard on the hot. This is the deal. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. Car salesman uses this. Health and wellness, relationships. Everyone can utilize this plan in their product because it's value-based. So talk about the deep stuff. Then we pick 15 to 21 topics and we plot them on a chart. Now, the way that you plot them on your chart is going to be, first week is going to be education, right? You're going to introduce them, you're going to start educating. I'm going to give you more structure as we go. And then the second week is going to be based on fear and logic, right? Like, what is their loss? Or, like, for instance, my fear and logic is the crappy content is killing your conversions. People want to know what that crappy content is, right? or why the food that you're eating is creating belly fat. Fear and logic, right? Like fear, or you're going to lose something. And I'm going to give you guys a more even detailed information what these mean at the end. I'll give you guys something, an extra bonus deal. Right? Okay, so week 1. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need all these topics down. Then you're going to need a lead magnet. Do you guys have lead magnets? You should. You have to. That's a lead gen. You need a lead magnet, and you need a live event scheduled. Pick a date. Plot it the very 21st day. You have to have an event scheduled, because if you don't do it, you'll just keep blah, blah, blahing. This is the plan. It looks super simple, but this has made me millions of dollars without spending money on marketing, because I've built a brand. I know what I do. I was starting to make a new one, and the old one was so good that I just didn't even finish it. Okay? Oh, I have extra ones. Okay, so week 1. You complete the setup. Now, this is the deal. There is a structure to all of these lives, and you have to follow it. You have to follow it. Set up, the payoff, the call to action, and what, Hanalei? Set up, the payoff, the call to action, and the boom. The open loop. How many of us binge Netflix? Open loops. Dang it, you got to watch the next one. That's an open loop. Right? Kiel was talking about the other day. It's like, you got to get there. We'll open a loop and we close it. But you got to get there. You got to wait to the very end. Because I keep talking about this thing I'm going to give you at the very end. You got to sit here. Got it? You have to do the open loop. If you don't do the open loop, they don't show up. Got it? That's why structure gives you freedom. And if you plan it, you don't have to think. How cool would this be if you had some raggedy ass thing like this and you never did think about your content? Who wants that? Take the time to plan it. Okay, first week, no links. You're just giving content and value. Okay? Just getting value. Second week, you give them your tripwire, or you give them your lead magnet. Call to action, an ebook, either a group, and then you start seeding this event. That's week 2. You get them in your list. Okay? Week 3, they register for a live event. You start getting them involved. Okay? That's the simple structure here. Easy to follow, right? Can you do this? Yep, you can do it. That's easy. I can do this. My kid does it. She's building a 7-figure brand. You can do it. Execution and delivery. Here we go. Pick a show name. Set a time. You got to be at the same time every day. People got to get used to you coming. They got to get used to you being there. You're going to do some follow-up. You're going to mail them. You email them. Use things like Facebook Live. That's our favorite. We still use Facebook Live. Be Live, it's gotten a little wonky. Zoom is awesome because Zoom allows you to stream on Facebook. You guys using Zoom at all for going live on Facebook? Yeah, it's awesome. I do now like webinars. I'll do live training like that because it's so powerful. So you can have them register for a webinar, but you'll get a higher show-up rate if you actually stream it as well. Get registrations, have them show up, but then you're streaming it out live anyway, so you're just going to get double registrations, and those people are used to seeing you there, so they're not feeling sold. See, everyone's feeling sold so often. How many times you get to a webinar and you're like, darn it, here comes the pitch, I'm out of here. You just want to get the juice and you leave, right? You just leave the seeds behind. Yeah, that's why. So we're changing the way that they think, psychologically changing the way they think. Okay, you have to do this. I put on 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is too long. 15 minutes. Because when I did 30 minutes, my clients were just blah, blah, blahing too long, and they're filling space. You open it up. Hi, everyone. It's Rhonda Swan. Welcome to welcome to Help Me Rhonda show. Today's topic is, first 3 seconds, tell them what the topic is. Immediately. See that? I'm going to give you guys all this. Would you guys like those? How many of you guys would like all of those downloads? I love downloads. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bonus time, right? But I love downloads because I have a kid and I have to show them how to do it. You know, they call them SOPs, standard operating procedures, right? Do this. Okay. The setup, okay? You have to tell them exactly what it is. Now, you ask them to share. Do you remember when I did this here? You have to ask for it. People won't do it. Ask for it, okay? Hey, guys, this is going to be really valuable content today. If you know an entrepreneur, if you know a woman that's, needs, a bra or something, like what you're talking about, so they think of that person. Make them think of that person. I don't think anyone would ever sell bras online. No idea where I said that. That would be really weird. Maybe I should attempt that. Try to sell a bra. Okay, 15 minutes, 3 bullet points. That's it. Talk about 3 things. Hit them with the 3 very important things, the maximum. So when you write out your plan, you guys are gonna get a picture of this. Like, it's like tagline and mission statement. That's what I talk about. So I know that's all I'm talking about, okay? Because if you talk too much, you lose them, right? Too much information, no grunt test, huh? Too much mental bandwidth. If people are burning too much mental bandwidth to figure out what you're talking about, they're gone, right? That's why we're clear, concise, we tell them what we're doing. Now, it's gotta be message to market match, right? It has to be. And of course, fun, professional, or random. Like, right, pick your style. I'm loud, I'm crazy, you know, so everyone knows it. The people that don't like it, some of you guys are like, this lady's nuts. I'm sick of her voice and I'm fucking sick of this. I just want that damn plan. I get it. You want the plan. So you're here. So you're listening to it. But right, that's the deal. So some people will still listen to you, but keep it yours, make it your brand, and make it right. Okay, live offer. Group webinar or a summit or a live event or a retreat. You have to have the live offer planned. Okay? And a live offer is 90% of it is the outcome. It's that desired outcome, right? It's what they want. You got to give it to them. You got to solve the problems for them. If you're using these webinars, they crush it, so use it. But the 10% is the service delivery. That's like the stack. You're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this. But a lot of people just go right to the you're going to get, and then they feel sold. So if we talked about the transformation they were going to have, in 30 days, if you use my plan or my product, you're going to lose belly fat. I'm thinking, whoa, didn't have to wear my lady pants today, then I might walk out slender if I work with this guy. You get me? Paint the picture. Create the outcome for them. This is the 21-day plan through the offer. I call it the VVO, like Gary V is jab, jab, right hook. Stole it, made it mine. VVO, that's ours, right? The value offer plan with your 21-day. This leads you all the way through to that live plan. Would you guys want a PDF of this? Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. Bonus. I set that up that way. Okay. Oh, wow. There you go. All right. Okay. Now, the 5th one was follow-up, but it's too much to talk about on a slide. So I'm going to give you, how would you like if I gave you email follow-up, I gave you the structure, how to send it, I gave you the 21-day plan, like this. What about this? This is a family joke, too. Who wants one of these right now? Okay, so how many of you guys would be able to implement this right away? Can you do it? Yeah. Will you do it, though? Yeah. This is the deal. I got to know, will you do it? Yeah. No, I'm seriously, this is bullshit. I need to know if you're going to do it. I'm not going to waste my time. Jesus, I'm giving you guys the nuts and the bolts and the frickin' soup. Don't worry, all you guys are going to get it, because what I did is I put together a 21-day plan, like the exact product. It's part of my tripwire. It's $47, but you guys get it for free because you're here. This is my tripwire, so you actually be able to see part of my funnel as well. It's our 7-figure funnel. I actually just wrote a chapter in a book with Russell Brunson. Did you guys see that? He's doing a 30-day challenge. I wrote a chapter in the book of my exact steps for 30 days, what I would do, and I gave them this plan. People are going gaga crazy for it because I literally wrote a 40-page chapter exactly what I would do if I lost everything and had to start over. And I did this plan. We've sold over $1 million worth of a $100 book, 30 entrepreneurs. So this is what's in there. But my funnel, I walk them through the funnel because this plan is a part of my tripwire. So like what I just gave you, which is going to create 7 figures for you if you implement, because you are, yes, right, I know it. I am using NLP tactics over here. Please don't be shameful. But this is what you need to, we need to commit this. I give it away for $47 because there's so much value that I know then when I make that next offer on a webinar, people are going to buy. Does that make sense? Yeah. Invisible difference. All this stuff that we're doing right now, I gave you my whole business. But this is how we do it, right? Because then if it makes sense for you, you'll decide that you want to work with people. And they'll decide that they want to work with you, okay? Okay, sweet. So do you guys know how to use this thing? You do? If you're not, go to Messenger. This is what's going to happen. The only way you can get this is if you use this here. You're going to get a message, hey, thanks for being part of AWOL. You guys are awesome. And it'll give you the actual login link. This is my secret access link. I give you the exact steps. I have a 90-minute informational of what you did here, more details. I give you every single download that you see here, and I show you guys exactly how to implement it. You cool with that? Awesome. Super duper cool. Okay, great. So open up your Messenger, hit your face in the top left. So open up Messenger right now. I had a video and I forgot to put it on here. So if you open up your Messenger, your little face is in the top left. Click it. Oh yeah, you already did it. I know you did it. You're already on it. Hit it. Your code will come up and click scan code. Scan my, yeah, did you get it? Isn't that cool? Automation's so awesome. You're in my funnel now, suckers. Don't worry, Kiela. I have integrity. They buy anything from me. I have a Share the Love program. But this is the thing, though. I'm serious, and I say that. But I'm truly serious because I don't work with everyone. I just don't come and do this. I know Kiela for a very long time. We were in the same company together. I know his values. I know what he creates. And I have zero affiliations to any other company. I just provide value on building your brands. And so truly that I come here only because I wanted to provide value to you guys. These guys are incredible. They treated our family very, very well. And that's the least that I can do, right, is to give back to all of you. So scan this. There you go. And yeah, guys, so I really, truly do appreciate all of your time. May I ask a question? Did I live up to the seal to the kiss promise? Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Because you don't need the $100 because you're going to make 7 figures. You don't need the $100. All right, I'm going to leave you with one thing before I go. This is the deal. If you're going to create a brand, create a sexy brand. And if you're going to be anything, do it with me on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Be unstoppable!